we have some other stuff that we need to do. So I don't know if we'll get them put up just yet, or are we doing that right now? But Jen said we're doing that right now. Okay, well, we'll get you up there. Hey y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach.
I'm Jen.
And today we got a nice delivery from our friends over at Premier One Supplies. So you may be familiar with this company primarily for their electrical netting and their solar shocks, or solar power banks to actually power electrical fencing. Well, Premier One Supplies has a lot of stuff outside of just fencing. One of those being chicken nesting boxes.
Yes,
and so
desperately needed.
Yeah, and so we were actually talking to Joe over at Premier One at HOA, and he gave us the little catalog that they had, which if you don't have one, you need to get one. It's got all kinds of goodies in there. And he's like, let me send you a couple of these, see what you think. So they're full-size nesting boxes to where they can't get on the top, and they have a little tray to where the egg rolls into it, because where we have the petting zoo, Dolly, Tilly, other chickens, stuff like to break our eggs. And so we're going to give these a shot and see how they go.
We've got a lot of egg eaters.
Yeah.
And we have mice, and just what it is, it's a farm.
Right. When you have as many as we have, it's hard to like pinpoint which one it is. Yeah. And yes, we've tried all the tricks with the fake eggs, stuff like that. So we're just going to see if this works. So we're going to put it together because there is a little assembly required. And then we're going to put them up and let y'all know what we think. Okay, here they are. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
This was nuts. This was absolutely ridiculous putting this thing together. First off, here's the instructions. That's what you get. So, are these things cool? Yes. Is the instructions worse than an IKEA thing? Also, yes. Okay, so you get the slanted top so they won't roost on it. There's your little bracket so you can put it in your coop. You get these little brown mats so you don't have to use pine, which is pretty cool. They have their each own little dividers. And then here's the best part. You got the roost to where it helps them get in there. You lift it up, you open this. Here's where your eggs go. So the whole point of this thing is they lay the eggs up here, they roll down to here, and nobody can get to them because this has it covered. Only you can get it. Now the one cool thing too is this can go on the front or the back. And the purpose of that is for different coops. So like we have a barn, being in the front is where we want it because we're gonna be going into the barn pulling them out. If you have one of those coops to where it sits in the back and you don't wanna get in the coop to get the eggs, you could put the egg getter, whatever you wanna call it, in the back side of the nesting boxes so you can get it out that way. Now, these are gonna go up, but we have some other stuff that we need to do. So I don't know if we'll get them put up just yet, or are we doing that right now? But Jen said we're doing that right now.
Okay, so we're gonna put it right here. This is the old barn. So we're putting this one in the old barn and the other one in the new, well, it's not the new barn. It's the petting zoo barn, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be good right here. Hopefully the rats stay out. We'll find out.
One down, one to go.
Let's look and see.
This wall might not be terrible.
Yeah,
Right here.
that could be good.
And down maybe just a tad. Right there. What do you think?
That is crookeder than sand.
Well, the barn's crookeder than sand, so.
I like how all the animals have to come out.
Oh yeah, they gotta help.
I feel like his it needs to go up.
Go up a little bit, go up a little bit. That's too much. Go down.
Right there.
Not that one, a little bit more. So they can get. Yeah, right.
It's just how it goes with him.
That's up a little. Right there.
Yeah, right
Just
there.
up. Oh.
Billy Rag, what you doing?
Hey, get out of there. All right, so thank you, Joe, from Premier One. Thank you, Tyler. Overall, though, I'm happy we got them, and hopefully it changes our whole egg eating issue and solves that. But we'll see, so stay tuned. Okay, so we just got done planting microgreens, and then so this is the whole microgreen Haas kit. But the first step with your microgreens is getting them all just laid on there, pat them down, mist them, and then cover them with another tray for 1 to 2 days. You're gonna lift it and spray it 1 to 2 times a day, and you're just waiting to start seeing them root and sprout. As soon as they start sprouting, we'll take this off and turn the light on. All right, now in that one over there, we are going to be planting these, and we are planting beets. So we're getting some beets started, and now a lot of people are going to tell you that you can't transplant beets. Don't listen to that craziness. You don't need that in your life. It is perfectly fine to transplant beets. The thing about beets themselves is, let me see one of them seeds, babe. Show it over. See those little guys? They will actually sprout more than 1 beet when they're planted. So you're gonna have to thin anyway, so they don't have a huge ordeal with the roots. So we're planting 2 in each hole, and then we're gonna be putting these out in our low tunnels to overwinter for probably an early spring harvest. But we were getting too cold to try to direct sow, so we're gonna get them started inside, and then we'll transplant them outside. So it's just a fun inside gardening day. All right, Miss Ray Ray's got her own little garden project that she's doing. She's painting it right now, making it really cool, but she's got some flowers she's gonna plant. So here we got the microgreens, Raylan's got her flowers, and then over here we got all of the beets. All right, so we got the nesting boxes up. Those are freaking sweet. And then we've gotten the Haas Tools microgreens going, which we actually have some that are already sprouted. It's the next day. So just having it block the little seeds had already started to sprout. As soon as they sprout is when you want to take it off and let the light shine down. The beets are planted, and then I got one more thing that I need to get set up before we wrap this bad boy up. So I have been running 4 Intel Shock 60s on our cattle fence. Really just 2. I have 2 breaks. So I have this line that goes way out there, and then I have starting over there that goes way over there. So either way, you have to use 2 no matter what. And they're like ridiculously strong. I did a little overkill here with a little bit more power than needed, having 2 60s that are on there. So I was talking to Joe, and I was like, man, I'm using all my power banks for my cattle fence, and I'm not able to use my actual Premier netting because I got all my power banks over here. So he had a good point to which we could like mix it around. Wow, walnuts almost just landed on my head. Lordy damn, be glad when walnut season's over. Got a 120 solar power that we're gonna hook up, relieving 2 of my 60s here so we can use the netting out there. So that's what we're gonna do. I got it, and they're not complicated to put together, but I just wanted to show you all how, because I know the first time I did it, I had to watch a video. So let me show you how to put this up, and then we'll get them switched around. All right, so here's the 120, and each one's a little different. So the 60s that I have over there will not have a grounding rod that looks like this. It's actually just a rod that shoots underneath here that you hook your black to. This is a little bit different, a little bit bigger grounding rod that you put in the ground. First things first, they come unhooked. That is like a shipping safety thing, so you actually got to hook the battery up. It pops off real easy. So just pop that out, and this one has 2 batteries in it because it's the 120. The 60s only have 1 in there. And right here, you have your little label. There's a shot of it from the inside with the 2 different batteries that are sitting in there. So we are going to remove these and hook up the power. So then they're real easy to hook up. You just have to hook the slider right on in there. Just like so. And then we'll do that for the other battery. All right, once you have that on, you can close her up. And the next thing I want to do is actually hook up my clamps. So they come all tied up nice and neat. I get to just open it, and that brings it right out. And then on the side here is where you have them, and all you do is just unscrew them out. Slide the connection right into the hole. And you just want to kind of hold it, make sure it stays in there, and tighten her. All right, and you just want to do the same with the other one. All right, then the last step is actually hooking up your solar, which is super simple. So we are going to just put it through just like so, and then it screws in. And then so the cool thing about this is you can loosen it, and it actually has the degrees on the side, which in your instructions it'll tell you what season to have it on what degree to get the maximum amount of solar out of your panels, which is really cool. One really cool thing too about these is, yes, it's solar, which is absolutely fantastic, but if you ever had a low charge and it wasn't giving you enough, like say it's in the dead of the winter and you're just never getting any sun, you can't hold that charge up, it does come with a plug-in charger that you can charge it up in a last resort situation. But it's just nice to have that. So it's about the most simplistic thing in the world to do. It took me like 3 minutes to get it completely set up. Got the ground rotted, got the ground over there, hooked my power to my little fence connector. See, it goes down to here to that one, so that connects the two lines with one power bank. And then it's got a nice little on-off switch right here. So when it's blinking green, that means you have full battery. Green-red means you're starting to die. And then flashing red means you have very, very low power, which you need to check your fence, and then you need to get that bad boy charged. So now that has freed up my 260s that I have here for when we do our meat chickens and different stuff like that. If we ever need to put them in a separation fence with the Premier One netting fence that we have, I now have me 2 good power banks that I can use that with. Okay, so I'm really excited to have that set up. I know if you all are anything like me, if you're getting started into electrical, sometimes it can be very overwhelming. I actually witnessed that when I went through running the poly tape for the cows, because I had never gone to a farm store and purchased everything I need for electrical fencing. But that is one real big positive of Premier One supplies. They are great when it comes to giving you everything you need in one order. Like with the electrical fencing, they have their netting, and then you get your solar power all in a starter kit if you want to start out with. And there's literally nothing else you need to buy. You don't need to go to Tractor Supply and get grounding rods or any kind of little accessories that are needed for electrical fence. It's all in one. So they really do make it easy for homesteaders and farmers to get started in electrical fencing, and then you realize how well the product is, and then you don't even want to go to the other stuff. Like I said, I got my poly tape itself from Tractor Supply, but I'm using all my Premier One stuff to power it, just because I like it better. It's easier, it seems more durable, they seem to last longer. So if you're interested in anything like that, I mean, even their electrical fencing is amazing to be able to put chickens in, or we had our goats and our goats in there for a while. And we just love that style. It's easy to move them around if you want to have multiple pastures where you're moving your animals around. And then what's really surprised me is the chick starter accessories that they have. They have so much. Now, we didn't get any this round because we don't have any chicks, but we will in the spring. They have a lot of cool stuff that's going to be coming into our house for us to get ready for meat chicken time again. Lastly, those nesting boxes are awesome. I love that they're, stainless steel. I love that they have the slope. I love about the egg rolling down so nothing can peck them. It's just really crafty ideas. Now, yes, you could definitely build something like that. It is about an intermediate amount of knowledge when it comes to putting it together. It's just more of a lot of steps, but it wasn't anything overly difficult. And once we finally got it done, we're really happy with the result. So I'll make sure to list down below the stuff we got from Premier One Supplies and Hoss Tools if you're interested in them. It's really cool stuff. Like I said, when it comes to homesteading, a lot of that is build it yourself, but there are a lot of companies that have a homesteader's mind, and I really love some of the things that you can just purchase to make it a little bit easier, especially like with Hoss's little lights that they have for the microgreens and being able to start. If you can't do the low tunnels, which I know a lot of people said, I do know you can grow microgreens in your house with a light. And so the Hoss Tools kit that they have sets you up for success there. So even if you may not be growing outside, you can still have some microgreens that you're throwing on your food inside. So y'all, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you all are anything like us, it's officially November, and there may be a surprise in our house on the next video. Stay tuned for it. Love y'all.